Hey guys, Metal Breakdown here. So I'm here today to make the album review of the new album by the Foo Fighters, Concrete and Gold. And yeah, I was really hyped for that album because Foo Fighters is one of my favorite band ever because before I got into metal, they were my favorite band and they're one of the reasons why I love the music so much these days. And they never stop to amaze me with each album that they make. So before I start with this review, I just want to talk about how this album was made a bit. So that was the first simple album that the Foo Fighters made in a while because Wasting Light was made entirely in Dave's garage with some technologies from the 90s. He wanted to capture that vibe and the album was fucking fantastic. After that, the album Sonic Highways was made in 8 studios around the US, one in each city, is not each city of the US, but 8 big cities. And yeah, that was pretty cool idea for this one. They wanted to record the album live, but Dave saw that this was already done before, and he just decided to do a simple album this time. But it's not that simple because there's fucking Paul McCartney on drum on the last track of the album, and Justin Timberlake doing backup vocals in the track Make It Right. So it's a pretty fucking cool stuff already. So what do I think about this album? You'll see that in that fucking review. So, in this album review, I'll try to do a top 5, but I'll probably end up talking about each song on the album because that's what always happens, but I'll try to focus mainly on a top 5. So, in the 5th position, I picked the song Arrows. I did not have any problems making that top 5 except for that 5th position. I hesitated a lot between putting this one or Make It Right because it's really original vibe and so fucking good, and there's fucking Justin Timberlake on backup vocals, so it was a really interesting song. But over time I feel like Arrows will stand the test of time better than Make It Right, even if it's a fucking cool track that I love so fucking much. And I also hesitated a lot between Sunday Rain because it's fucking Taylor, the drummer, on vocals. He did a solo project recently. If you haven't heard that yet because you did not know about that project, take a look at that. It's fucking cool. If you love this song, you will love the solo project that he made too. But I needed to put Arrows because it's one of the big highlights on this album and I think it would work perfectly as a single. I would have picked this one instead of The Line, even if The Line is pretty great track too. In the 4th position, I picked the song The Sky is a Neighborhood. This is a song that is way more radio friendly than Run, and it's usually, I'm less a fan of that kind of radio rock stuff, but in that case I love it really fucking much because it's so well done. When you watch it with the music video, it's a real piece of art, and it's the kind of song I could listen over and over again without getting tired of it. In fact, I've probably heard it 30 times now. Yeah, that much. I hope this is a song that will be remembered a lot in the next few decades when of the Foo Fighters, just like some of their biggest hits, like Best of You, Everlong, Time Like These, and songs like that, you know? After that, entering the fucking top 3, and I should stop saying fucking because I know I said it so many times in that video. I should check my fucking language. Damn it. Okay, so in top 3, I picked the track La Di Da. This is a song I was not tuned on the album, and I truly learned how to one by one vibe before the unclean vocals kicks in, and I love that fact. And when I'm talking about unclean vocals, when you compared that to some unclean vocals and like that, it's not really unclean vocals, but you know what I'm talking about probably, just like in Run. For me, that's considered unclean vocals for sure, and when that kicks in that track, it's so fucking good, really. After the song reaches a level of heaviness that Foo Fighters will reach only in a song like Run from the Concrete and Gold album, I also think that it's pretty fucking cool, and that they keep the la-di-da instead of coming up with some other like lyrics that could have replaced la-di-da, because when they were making the song they were probably like, oh, this part will sound like la-di-da, and after that they just probably said, fuck off, we will just use the la-di-da instead of some actual lyrics. And I love the idea, because there's not a lot of band that would have done that. Maybe I'm wrong and it's not the case at all, but probably why they come up with this song title. After that, in the second position, I picked the song Run. This is the first stage that we got from the new album, and really one of the heaviest track on the album with La-Di-Da that I just talked about, and it's so good. I'm really happy that it was played a lot on radio despite the unclean vocals and the heaviness of the old track. Well, for metal fan, it's not really heavy like I talked about when I was talking about La-Di-Da, but still, for radio, this is some real heavy shit. I love the balance between really heavy part and some other part that are softer and slower. The ending is also really fucking good and original. And with the music video, really cool reference to Michael Jackson. That was amazing. And which one is my favorite track on the album? You're probably really wondering that right now if you're watching that review. And my favorite track on the Concrete and Gold album is Dirty Water. For lots of songs on this album, it took me a few listens to truly love them and understand them, and it was not the case with that one. I'm sure a lot of people in the comment section will disagree with me ranking it in the first position, but this song is just so good, so catchy, and it has its unique vibe that makes me love it even more. Also, around the 3-minute marks, when you think the song could finally be over, it gives place to a really different part, which is a bit heavier with some horns and in the background that makes it sound even more perfect. And this is the song that stood out the most for me in the Concrete and Gold album. What about the other track on that album that I did not say anything about it? There's the intro t-shirt. It's an intro, so I could not rank that in my top 5, but it was pretty fucking cool. Other than that, I talked a bit about Make It Right. Happy Ever After, a really soft song that is pretty good. Really, at first I was like, not for me, but it's a cool track. Probably the softest one on the album, and it's pretty cool. And the other track I said nothing about, Concrete and Gold, the ending track on the album with fucking Paul McCartney on drum. It has a weird vibe, like the beginning really sounds like something Black Sabbath would have done at the beginning of their career, or some Led Zeppelin, I don't know, but yeah, it's a cool track, not one of my favorite, but there's really no bad track on that album, which makes it pretty fucking good. I usually did like a ranking out of 20 for this album. I would give it at least a 16 out of 20, which is pretty good. Which would make 8 on 10 if you prefer. I'll try to compare it with the most recent album by the Foo Fighters, like the last two, because if I compared it with all the album that they ever made, it will be complicated, and I'll try to do that in the Rank 'Em All featuring the Foo Fighters. Probably in the next few months. I'll try to do that earlier than that, but knowing me, it will probably be in the next few months. But if I try to compare it with Sonic Highways and Wasting Light, I would say that Wasting Light is better than Concrete and Gold, but Concrete and Gold is better than Sonic Highways. A bit better than Sonic Highways, and Wasting Light was like higher because it's such a good album. Not that Concrete and Gold is not really a good album, but compared to Wasting Light, it's not the same level, even if it's pretty good. Just tell me what you think in the comment section. Do you agree with me with that statement, or absolutely not? I want to know. I want cool discussion with all Foo Fighters fan here. That will be pretty fun. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you're new here, that would be so cool. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video.